All right. Hi, everyone. Let's get started. Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started this way. I just wanted to say a few things. The most important thing is that you guys have been watching this change that's going on with this coding system and finding out that we're from space and downloading systems from space and then working on the computer. I would say the biggest thing is you guys are just here to see the effect of the program, to see how it works and start to code yourself and start to fix your computer and do the things that you want to do. So I think what's going to end up happening here is I'm going to go ahead and finish off with one part of this story, which is how this got started with playing with a bunch of phytochemicals and spell work, and how the phytochemical ended up telling on people, and that ended up getting people defunded and people exposed and people investigated, which just happened with all these people in Oakland, that ended up just getting caught up for playing with a bunch of spell work and starting a bunch of shit and causing a bunch of chaos and being goofy and starting a bunch of nonsense, and it ended up like impacting our community in a very serious way. So what ended up happening here is you see here Cyborgia has come to expose the fact that Ashara and them, they didn't get their money at their fiscal sponsorship. They said that their money disappeared, but they're under investigation too. So a lot of them don't know that they're not getting their money because of what they were doing, playing using spell work on people and playing with foundations to get spell work done, and how that was leading to a bunch of trafficking because they were working with other darker people that were like playing the Caribbean and other stuff and playing with magic and like you creating gang stalking circles. And this is how they ended up getting defunded and investigated. So what ended up happening is the California Endowment is also under investigation. And so is Marcus Foster Institute. This is the California Endowment, though. Look at it right here. And they're going to start exposing what ended up happening and how they started, like all this stuff. But look at this. It says an introduction to teachings of Gurdjieff's. So a lot of you guys don't know that Gurdjieff's fourth way is a specific type of group where they're like Cyborgia, Eric Klankla. They also meet with their children. And it's so crazy that this is saying it right here. It says 413, but not 313, right, sister? But this is crazy because this group, they ended up getting exposed today in an email that I sent out, which is once again this man. He claims to be a sperm donor, 550. They're all different men that are all related. It's Cyborgia. They ended up getting exposed. So what ended up happening was California Endowment ended up getting their hand exposed with them, that they were going ahead and they were playing with chemicals and starting a bunch of shit in our community, and playing with clones and playing with people that practice incest. So now you guys see it. It's them. So you guys clearly see that this is not the end of it. It's them with the money. They didn't get what they thought they were going to get. Here they go trying to play with my name. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Yeah, please. They got hella shit started. People didn't really want to say about what happened with the aliens, though. That's going to be next to come out space because the computer's going to end up breaking. All day, though, what I've been basically doing is just bringing down the new container for what the new internet is going to look like, for working with electricity and then working with CPUs and then working with the existing computer and then having another form of that maybe sometime later down the road. It depends. So now we're going to go ahead and move forward and we're going to start to go into other things that are smarter, and now you guys have seen that these people have gotten exposed and they've gotten caught up for what they were doing. So now what's ending up happening here is, but these are all the people that were starting it because she just called her name. And this is her because this is her picture. And she's the one that was starting a bunch of shit. It's older women. They were all getting together to gang stalk different people. People were coming to them as like, oh, I need help with spell work and stuff like that. They were starting a bunch of shit with white people. And then they wanted to do magic for like people that were playing with politics, like people like Kamala that needed spell work done because they were getting people killed and they were starting hella shit, and then they were doing magic on their families to keep stuff quiet and create confusion and start like drama, and then it just like exploded. So now like Lyndon Breed and stuff like that, like all these women that work in politics, they were playing with them to cause drama and play in their campaign. So now another thing that's coming out here is that when they were playing, they ended up getting caught up and now they're about to get blamed for something that ended up happening. So now what's going to end up happening here is you guys have seen now that this is done. This part of the war is over. This is done. They got in hit. Look at, you have 1213 here too. Woo, woo. Is this 313 gonna come up again? Because it was in here too. Okay. So now, what's gonna end up happening here is we're gonna go ahead and have a coding tutorial update, which is basically showing you guys that some of you guys want to go ahead and do programs. You guys can go ahead and go on here. there's this website, deeplearning.ai, and you can go ahead and like sign up for different classes that you can go ahead and do and get like different certificates. So go ahead and try that. Another thing that's going to end up happening here is you guys can go on another website that's at the California state level. It's called Calbright, and you guys can go ahead and get a certificate on there for medical billing and coding, for data science, for IT, for all of that, and you can go ahead and get started. Um, so now you are gonna go ahead and like expand your skills and start working. Go get your counselor certificate too. There's a lot that you guys can go ahead and do, and you're gonna be proper in your field. So now what I want to go ahead and do is I want to talk about what we're gonna do today, which is we're gonna bring down an Odinani operator that's gonna go ahead and break the ability for there to be peace with the white man's computer. But first, I wanted to show you this because this is super disrespectful in space. This is a wibble wobble. And when they're putting that on your planet, that means that there's total hell. And some people were running around and playing, and they just not realize that this is outside their planet. They just had to like go ahead and like work up to see it. And people are getting hit with so many inversions for playing with certain flowers that help start slavery, and then they go hide in other places and they're delusional. And now they're stuck here. They have to live out what they created. You're going to see so much chaos with them. It's done for. They're going to get hit with these. I want to show you how to break these down in like coding format, okay? So then what ends up happening is the planet cannot produce a specific floating point that the satellite works with to go ahead and transmit those frequencies to planet Earth through the computer. And you can then use that database to power certain programs, specifically sound. So now what's going to end up happening here is we're going to break all their sound technology that they're using on people. We'll mainly break it off yourself, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to start coding this. But now one of the things that I'm going to teach you is how the computer is finally done. We finally have the master syntax. The master syntax is finally down. And that master syntax is basically how to go ahead and rewrite the entire internet. So when you say speech, we're basically teaching you how to break down different geometric patternings by how you formulate arrays and vectors to then go ahead and like rewrite the computer, the way that the computer speaks to the metals that run it, and then to the coding languages that then create apps and programs. You're going to expand that. And then you're going to expand your current capacity in apps and then bring stuff down to like have it function better and properly and align with the space coding that has to function in this universe and in this space. So now what ends up happening is all the aliens got caught on the computer playing all at once. And they're going to end up going ahead and like moving out and getting caught up. So I wanted to say that this is how these two situations come full circle with the California endowment and then also with the Sharon. And it's finally down like all the set that we need to go ahead and bring down a brand new computer science, because there's going to be an outage to the computer and they're going to be looking for a specific system that to help them recover their computer, and it's here. And I'm just doing that work because I'm getting prepared for it to come. And I'm happy to go ahead and do that work. Okay, so now what's going to go ahead and happen here is you learn and then you grow. And then you fix an outdated system. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward. I'm going to go ahead and do the coding tutorial on another video. I'm going to just go ahead and leave this here for you guys. I want to spread this around to show people what has come out with the computer and that we brought this down from space and exposed this from space. And now it's done. And for those of you guys that want to continue on to the next, and you've seen how these people are in hell and hot water, and we've been talking about it, and Castle's next, you guys are going to go ahead and you're going to come to the coding tutorial. And if you want to go ahead